incident this afternoon because the places that I used to go, like they were giving out like wines, and yeah, so I just thought like, oh, Chardonnay couldn't hurt. It's white wine, and yeah, this is not the first time because the last time I was sick, it was also like when I went out with my girlfriends and we went to like the clubs in Las Vegas because they were saying, oh, they were giving out free champagne. The thing is, my friends can drink like a fish, and yeah, they were drinking like these free champagnes or stuff like that. But then for me, I was drinking like a few glasses and it didn't agree with me. So my girlfriends knew I was throwing up, I was sick, and I knew that was cheap champagne. For some reason, my body wouldn't agree to cheap wine, cheap things, and cheap jewelries. Like, to tell you honestly, like I also tried to do belly piercing. Like was, I told my friend to take me to the piercing shop in Las Vegas because I wanted the belly ring because I thought like, oh, it's cute and it's like, it might be interesting. What happened? My body rejected it. It don't matter if it's like silver or titanium or something like that. My body rejected it within a year. And so it formed a scar on my belly button. And then the next year, I said, I want it again because when your body rejected the belly ring, the belly piercing, it would just be hanging in there no matter how much you're going to be cleaning it. So the second year, I went back into the shop who put my belly piercing. And then, oh my gosh, he has to pierce through the scar so you can really see, you can really feel when he's really trying to put a muscle now, how to like pierce through the scar. It was so hurting. And then you can hear like the tick, 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 because it was really hard. And that was the second year for my belly piercing, and then it rejected again. And I said, what the hell is my body? Why would it be doing that? And then I said, I really wanted it. And so for the next year again, for the third time, I said, I want it again. Even though there's already like a hard, like a scar on my belly button, because see, there's already two times my body rejected it. And then I did it again on the third year, and then that's it. The guy said, oh my god, it rejected again, might not be a good idea to do this belly piercing because there's really some bodies or some people that just don't agree with, like, body modification or belly piercing or something like that. But I said, but it's really cute. But then the belly, like the piercer, I think it's in the Sahara piercing shop in Las Vegas, Sahara body shop or something like that. And then it's just saying, I don't think your body would agree. And so I said, okay, I'm going to try again. And so he has to pierce through all the scars for all the second to the 2 years that my body rejected the belly piercing. And then what happened now? Like there's like 3 years in a row, my belly piercing, my body rejected the belly ring again. And that was when I was a professional pinup model, because when you're wearing lingerie, and then I wanted to see all this belly ring, I wanted to like get all these cute like belly rings or something like that. And then that time I was also trying to see if I could like dance like Arabic, like belly dancer. So I don't know, I get into so much shit like you won't even believe, Sultran. But yeah, that was the last time that I got so sick from drinking. That was long time ago, like so many years ago, when me and my friends and my girlfriends went to the club in Las Vegas because of free champagne. And I knew it was cheap stuff, and my body don't agree. Don't My body don't agree on cheap jewelries or cheap shits, because like I wouldn't even mind like cheap shits, for the effect or something like that. But it's just for some reason my system, my body is like built in. It's very choosy and stuff like that. Even my father used to tell me that my body would know expensive stuff because I couldn't wear leather watches. I couldn't wear like fake jewelries or something. They would give me fake jewelries and then I would be allergic. It don't matter if it's going to be saying nickel free or something like that. My body would reject it. And that's the reason I don't wear so much like jewelry right now. Because if it's not real gold, real diamond, or real stuff, my body won't even. And don't even be fooled when I'm going to be doing like selfies or photo shoot. Because I would just wear it for like 5 minutes or something like that, and where all this jewelry and accessories going to be, I send it to my girlfriend in Las Vegas or whatever, because it doesn't matter, because I couldn't even have it, because I know myself. And then now, yeah, they were giving out cheap wine today, and I knew that I shouldn't be drinking it, but I said, oh, you know I haven't been sick like in irresponsible, like just drinking wine. I was just having fun. That's why. And then how would I expect that my body wouldn't agree and I would just be throwing up in the line, because I wanted to like talk to someone here in like where I'm staying, and then it was a long line of complaints or something like that. So but I couldn't even stand there because my head was spinning. So I was already like throwing up in the garbage. And then I end up on the restroom because see, I couldn't handle when there's already sour thing coming out of my mouth, and I just told the line like I'm going out of there, because I couldn't even tell them that I'm sorry, I'm coming back in the line as ever, because there's already fluid coming out. Whatever, it's just nasty, it's disgusting things, and I knew that was his cheap stuff. I don't know if you can relate to me or something like that, because I wouldn't even mind. I'm not even picky. To tell you honesty, I'm not picky in accessories. If I could wear it, whatever, I wouldn't be saying like, oh, how much is this? Is this expensive stuff? Whatever. Like, you know what? I wouldn't be like picky like that. But for some reason, my body wouldn't agree. Cheap jewelries, cheap shits, cheap wine, cheap champagne, cheap whatever. I don't know. It's not going to agree with me. Maybe for some reason I was born. I don't know what the hell is happening here, because even when I was like joining beauty pageants, oh my god, they made me wear like accessories, like necklace, whatever. Oh my god. After like an hour or something, like I was so allergic. Like it feels like I was wearing like an allergy, not the necklace. But I don't know. I told my mom, why is my body like that? Like I feel like, I can't even wear anything. And then they were teasing me now. They was, because maybe your body likes expensive stuff. But then, shit. But then, it's not just like that. It's not just like my body's allergic to cheap jewelry, but I also discovered throughout the years that I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink cheap champagne, cheap wine. And when I moved to the States before, I couldn't even eat seafood, and my family owns like 11 hectares of, like, like fish ponds of milk fishes. And then we would harvest back then when my late father is alive. And oh my gosh, like we would go into the fish pond, especially if it's like full moon or no moon at all. And then when it's going to be low tide, they would put like a net when the water is going to come back to the ocean, because the fish pond is like brackish or estuarine, where it's like combination of salt water and fresh water. And when it's and then they made a gate. My late father, they made a little gate that the water is going to come back to the ocean. And when it's going to come back to the ocean, all the sea fishes or crabs or prawns or shrimps is going to like get stuck on the net. So my father and my mom, my sister, whatever, every one of us would be in the table, and then we would be sorting out all these big crabs. Oh my God. It's like crabs like bigger than my palm, like it's very big. And then the prawn is also big as my wrist. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like rich in seafood. And we would also find like some kind of snakes or eel that we would be scared. But anyway, back then when I moved to like here in the United States, I couldn't eat seafood. I couldn't eat shrimp or crab or anything like that because I would get allergic all my life. And then my late father would say, how can you even be allergic like that when, you know what? When we're trying to harvest things and it's supposed to be like the best and the best of stuff, and I couldn't even eat it. I couldn't eat crab, I couldn't eat shrimp, whatever. But then for some reason, when I moved to the States around my 20s, that now, like I discovered that I could eat like shrimp cocktails. So I was so thrilled. Like I said, oh my God, I can finally eat like, like shrimp or seafood or crab or shrimp cocktails or something like that, because all my life I can't even touch it. So for I don't know. And then I said, what is my blood type? Why am I allergic to seafood? Like what kind is this? So I was trying to research like the immunoglobulin or something like that. In my case, immunoglobulin E. Maybe there's something in my body, but I kind of get through that. But my mom, she's also allergic to eggs, chicken. My family is so weird. My mom is allergic to rubber. She cannot wear rubber slippers. And then she's going to be watching this anyway. She's allergic to chicken and to eggs. So, yeah, I mean, I've watched them. But my sister and my brother, I don't think they were allergic to anything. But in my case, I know myself. So, wow. But it could be worse because some would be allergic to rice, allergic to peanuts or something. Wow, it's just insane. But anyway, back to what happened today. It kind of rubbed off because I'm having anxiety for the last few days. And then this morning, my anxiety is so bad. But I had to take the bus, like just a couple hours anyway. And it so happened that the bus is very full this morning. It's like so loaded because, on holidays, I guess I'm not the only one who's thinking to, like, get out in NYC. So what happened? I was seated all the way to the back of the bus, and the bus was so full. And then for some reason, I was seated right next to a kid. I think he could be a teenager, like an Asian Indian or something like that. I don't know. Maybe he was drinking all night. Because what happened? The ride is supposed to be 3 hours, and guess what? He was sleeping in the restroom for 3 hours. No one can use the restroom in the bus this morning because he was throwing up and he was nauseous in there, like inside the restroom. So anyway, yeah, and then the ladies, like at the back, were also trying to knock on the restroom to see, like, did he pass out or is he okay in there. I gave him, like, like some kind of holes, a little like candy, but then we could hear him. Me and the ladies can hear him, like, really puking in the restroom for like 3 hours. Oh shit. I said, wow, is it already like party time? But I'm already having my anxiety. I left my room this morning around 5 a.m., but my roommates, they were still up. So anyway, anxiety is always like, sometimes you cannot control if it happens or whatever, but if something like triggers it, you cannot help it. So, and then I think it kind of triggered more when I see my the kid in the bus that's supposed to be seated right next to me. He's already puking for 3 hours, and he stayed. The bus has a little restroom at the very back of the bus for emergency. That's supposed to be for emergency. But I've never seen anyone who stayed there for the whole duration of 3 hours. He stayed inside the restroom. And the restroom at the back of the bus is like very little, like a compact little square. Oh my God, like you can't even fit in there, but he was there. And then the ladies were getting anxious, and then I'm already having anxiety, so it kind of triggered more. And so when I came in here, it so happened that everyone is like, party time. I could see others like selling pies, or like there's also others that, oh my God, it's holidays, guys, sorry. And then I stumbled, and then they were saying, oh, they're giving this. So, oh my God, they were giving cheap wine anyway. And so I said, okay, well, let me get it. Because, like, I said, well, maybe I could just have a sip or whatever. So the choices is Cabernet, Pinot Grigio, and Chardonnay. It don't matter what I'm going to be drinking, because it's going to come out if it's cheap stuff. So yeah, it's a lesson. Sorry about that, Sultran. I've always been responsible, and I don't, I don't like to drink. I don't drink. I don't smoke, but I do drink socially, one or two. I also drink with friends or whatever, but I never been this kind of person that would go be puking or whatever. I just did that long time ago with my girlfriends in Las Vegas. Wow, that's disgusting. Or maybe my body just don't agree, because to tell you, when someone is going to give you cheap wine or whatever, is you have to be responsible too, and just don't, drug yourself any longer to be like so sick. But I just did not even drink so much. Maybe like it's like a bottle of Chardonnay. And how many glass on a bottle of Chardonnay? Maybe like 3 glass of wine and a half. But for some reason, by like 2 glasses and a half, or 2 glasses and 3/4, it started, I started feeling buzzed, and it's all coming out. It could have been worse because, like I said, if you're really drunk, you can even take selfies, you can even be talking. But I was feeling buzzed. So I was really like forcing myself to be balanced. But when you're drunk, the equilibrium in your brain or something like that is super imbalanced. But I was holding it. And see, Donna is Donna in Las Vegas. Donna, can you see me like going live right now? because Donna was just trying to text me, "What are you doing for Thanksgiving?" I'm already drunk. I already puke all the Chardonnay I drank. But Donna can drink like a fish. And like I said, I'm with Donna. Last time I got so sick because we went into this club. I'm not sure what kind of club in Las Vegas that like we're giving cheap champagne, but Donna can drink like a fish. She can handle her liquor, but I can't because maybe I'm a lightweight or something. I think my friend is also trying to say I'm a lightweight, but I'm not a drinker really. So, but last time too, um, I really don't touch this wine anyway because, like I said, it wasn't my interest. But today, because like I said, oh, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. Why not? Let's go party. So I just and then and then another thing. These are the kind of wines that you just open up. You don't even need a cork to be opening the bottle, so it's make it much more easier. Okay, well, I just stayed like half hour in the restroom, and then the workers in there was like looking, but there's not much that came out because I did not eat so much in the morning because I was traveling, so nothing coming out, but just all that wine, just all that sour wine coming, like like it's like my body rejected it. Like I don't even like to throw up or anything like that. Like I just think like, okay, maybe just hold it, whatever, but it just won't it just won't hold it. It was like an acid reflux, like when you're feeling like the acid and then it just came back up in your throat and just like wow, that was disgusting. But happy Thanksgiving, everyone. That's like experience. Okay, so be responsible, Soldier, and be nice in here because you can't, be what is this? Why do I need to say your name? Slam. What you think? I'm pretty? I didn't even know. I'm like half of the time I was like fucked fucked up today. Like today I'm like right now I don't even have makeup. But thank you anyway if you think like I'm pretty even if I don't even have to try so hard. Thank you, Sultran. I would rather have that rather than be trolling here because I don't think we can even be saying shits when we're already like going through a lot of hardship and difficulty in this journey. If I was someone who is not on the spiritual channel and hadn't had to go through like chaos or going to be juggling negative energy, and if this channel is just makeup or dresses or trouble vlogging, then you wouldn't even be saying like what's wrong with me, what's going on with me. It just so happened like I open my eyes into the spiritual collective and I have to be juggling negative energy, good energy, positive energy, and using supernatural energy. So anyway, shout out to Canada from Washington DC, my beautiful soul sister. Like she always like check on me or something like that. Yeah, she was possibly getting worried like what's happening. Um, you know, all this shits that's behind the scenes. That's you know because I also post like behind the scenes or bloopers in my members only, but it's like videos that I don't post here in the public. But for some reason, I was puking and like my head wasn't with me for a while. And so I went back to my room. I picked up some food and I went back to my room and better be safe now. And I took a warm shower and took a nap. I couldn't even eat the food that I got because I don't want it to go back up. So anyway, when my friend was here, oh shit, he. But anyway, I'm okay when my friends has to go through stuff and me because we're all honest. Last time my friend was here, shit, like he had diarrhea. It's a TMI, but it was the side effect of some medication that he was taking because he's diabetic. And yeah, and then he was saying, oh my God, can't even eat because he was suffering all the time from diarrhea when he was here. And then he said maybe it was from the Gordon Ramsay because we went into this pub and grill, the Gordon Ramsay, and he had the shepherd's pie. I don't know. That was insane. But I had some burger and fries and I was just fine. But just like yeah, that was insane. And then but anyway, go back go back to my issue today. Yeah, I was just feeling buzzed for a little bit and then that's it. And I said, oh shit, like I need to, like get back here in my room and if I had to throw up or something like that. But luckily after my shower and then I took a nap and then it kind of cleared now and I guess all that gunks and rejection of that cheap wine it just went out now. So thank you so much, thank you for understanding, Soul Tribe. I mean, it doesn't happen a lot here in this channel. Or maybe I also did a video before that I was here with you on the new year and I had champagne or something, but I never really threw up like that. I don't know, that was just crazy. Why would my body do that? Like, would we just be throwing up like out of the blue? And it's not even like, I could understand if it's like like more than 2 bottles of wine. But it was just, I haven't even finished that 1 bottle of wine that my body started rejecting. Just, like a reflux coming out of that. So, okay, that's part of my anxiety. Like I said, this morning I was already triggered by my anxiety too with that kid who locked himself in the restroom for 3 hours. He was nauseous there, so I could hear him whatever, and so it kind of rubbed off. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone. So anyway, I'm in the road and I packed some boots with heels and makeup, my tripod, and my gowns because I wanted to do my own my own photo shoot. I'm my own photographer, model, whatever, and I'm having fun like that. And that's what I was planning. That's what I am planning tomorrow, and I will. So okay, thank you guys. Thank you for being nice to me. You can be here with me and chillax with me. That's so crazy. I'm gonna be fun for every one of you because see, like my body would just have a mind of its own. So Canada and Donna are texting me now. My beautiful soul sisters. So I am here like yeah, you you want to be I have extra bed here. Oh my gosh, like so insane. I want to show you. Oh my god, I haven't even ate my food because it's just not going to go well if I can see the moon. I can see the full moon here. It's new moon. Look, I don't know what you can see. But let me how do I yeah, that's the new moon right there. Look. Like a crescent moon. And then I could see. This is the best part because that's supposed to be the ocean right there. We cannot see the ocean. That's the pier. But under that pier is the ocean because I like ocean view. Where I stay here, they always give me ocean view anyway. But this pier, it changes colors. So it's so pretty. Under the new moon. Where's the new moon? Over there. I don't see any stars tonight for some reason because it was foggy all day. It was just this window a while ago, you can't even see anything because it was just like all fog. So anyway, don't don't laugh at me, so try because to tell you, like, see there. Have you ever have a room and it's like Frank Sinatra? That's Frank Sinatra right there. I like trying to tell Frank Sinatra, don't be a ghost because no. Okay, everything is so fine, so charm. We're going to squeeze ourselves into a gown and put some makeup tomorrow. Happy Thanksgiving. If you are not in United States, well, happy Thanksgiving anyway, because thank you for being my soul tribe. Thank you for being my family. Thank you for being so understanding and so kind to me through the years, soul tribe. And for those who do not understand, I cannot blame you because I don't even understand myself and this journey as well. It's a very difficult journey, but I am not like a drama queen that would just, you know, like I would go into some episodes of like making crazy things. I always like experiment anyway, but drinking and smoking, it's not me. It's just like I just really want to try like the free ones that they were giving today, and then that's it. So remember, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I live a clean lifestyle, celibacy, purity, meditation, contemplation, whatever. But we gotta have a life, and yeah. So I have hobbies and interests like whatever, fashion, style, makeup. At some point, it's cooking. So every Thanksgiving before, I can cook and feed an army. I used to cook for the homeless people. I asked my friends because they know people who has soup kitchens. So I said, can you ask them if they want volunteer? They were the Sisters of Mary or something like that. And then, but most of this stuff here in New York City is like a club. It's like you really have to earn your way to if you want to be volunteer in some certain whatever. But some they would actually be open to volunteer work. But anyway, I was trying to volunteer and I was also like doing my own charity out of my own pocket. I cook for the homeless people, the veterans for many, many years, especially for Thanksgiving and Christmas and holidays. And after the COVID, I laid low because of sanitation purposes. Like they were so sensitive now, like, for whoever was cooking or whatever. But before that, I was like preparing home cooked meals, homemade meals for like homeless people who just go insane in NYC, all over NYC. So my rounds are in Queens and Manhattan because that's where my little feet can take me. And so most homeless people in Queens and Manhattan, they would know me by face or they would actually know my name. But sometimes I don't really tell them my name, but they know me because I go my rounds there. Even if it's not holiday, I would run errands for them. I would, for every season, if it's summertime, I would give them like cold water or whatever. I would even talk my friends into like giving blankets or like whichever essentials, especially if it's winter time. So you know what? I am a good influence with my friends because I tell them too. Like some, and then there's recent times too that I would tell them, can I borrow your man and your trucks, because I want to give, like, during the COVID, I want to give, like, the mask and alcohol wipes or something like that. And then my friend was saying, let's have excuses or something. So I did it myself anyway. I go around NYC and just do and give my own self-care to people, and cleaning essentials, self-care items. So don't say I did not try social. I am not connected with any charity. I am the founder of Melody Fair Cleaning, My Melody Fair New York, Melody Fair Fashion, Spiritual Explorer 1111. But it wasn't for the money, because it was for the purpose. But it's also the reality that if you are like someone who go around, then you needed funds, you needed energy, you needed dedication. So no one's like, you know what, I am functioning out of my own pocket. So when I see others, like, even if they were rich people, and then that don't know how it feels like to be poor, and they're like so out of touch, and that's why, like I said, what is money if you don't even know how it feels like to have nothing? How you don't know how it feels like to be poor, and you do not know how it feels like to go around on your foot and go around NYC, because all the other women they're going to be surrounding themselves with haven't even done an inkling of what I have done in my journey. And you don't even have to tell me what to do, because I did it myself. Well, others going to say, social climbing, gold digging. Seriously, I'm doing my rounds, and like, references or something like that. Every homeless person in New York City, especially Queens and Manhattan, they would know me. They just would know me. So, and I wouldn't even, I wouldn't even just be just saying that to light up my fuse, but that's really what I was doing since I had my own cleaning company, and before I even realized I am gifted. So when I tell you that maybe universe knew that my good karma outweighs the bad, and so I was already cooking and running errands for homeless people, for homeless veterans, and doing good deeds before I even realized that I had special gifts. So all these special gifts that I have right now is charged with good karma and good deeds. So I don't know about you. If you're going to be someone questioning me, am I real? Am I authentic? Well, I'm trying to tell you now that that's my journey. Like, this channel doesn't have money, like it's not earning money. And then before, when I was like running around, it's from my own pocket. I don't need millionaire to tell me what to do. I'm the one who's trying to tell millionaires to do their good deeds, and my friends would testify for that as well. So like, I work with godfathers of New York City, and also descendants of like the Italian mafias, Gambinos. But you know what? They respect me, because they would even tell me, we would give you, like Gambino told me he would give me like 100 men. What would they tell you? And then they would really be serious anyway if I really wanted it, because these people, like Gambino, like he was working in like the construction buildings all over New York City. That's the reason I had buildings in Times Square, and like the hotels in Times Square that I cleaned by myself for like the whole entire 30 floors, because I had people that I worked for before like that. And then and then all my other clients. But then, energy and my interests, it does change. I evolve as well. And then through the years as well, because of all these immigrants, systems, and whatever. So, and then my interest also changes. And then now I am here in spiritual. We'll never know anyway, because I can only juggle my energy, life force type energy coming out in here. You can see me like squeezing my mind sprawled right in front of you. How am I going to be squeezing supernatural just to be channeling in front of you? And then I was juggling before too, cleaning all around NYC. But I wanted to, and also fashion. So now I wish like the government and the immigration are going to be giving any more problems, because at least we can be creative. And because I wanted to evolve. I wanted to, like, I was at one point I wanted to have my own tourist company now. Like, seriously, I wanted to, like, my mind has a lot of, like, interest, and I wanted to try that. But it's not like I did not try before, because it was cleaning, it was fashion, it was everything else, all in one. And then now, why with all this poor government system and immigration, and then now it's like making everyone like not think. And I'm affected too, because I'm an immigrant. But why are you going to be judging when I'm also cooking and helping homeless veterans, which is American people? It doesn't matter if you're white or black, because mostly in the streets, they're white homeless veterans, and some are black as well. So why are you going to be all fighting now if we're like brown, yellow, whatever the color is? I did not even see color when I am when I am trying to do my good deeds. If they say, I want some grape juice, apple juice, or water, or salad, whatever, I would run errands for them. I use my own money, and then we'll go to the grocery store and go back to them and say, okay, do you need anything else? So, wow. And then all these rich people, fuck you. All you rich people, you're taking people's livelihood and food. What is your fucking karma now? You're a heavy karma on you. And then you even think that you're going to be saying you're all good people. You're not good people if you are taking off people's food, livelihood, whatever. I don't care what your fucking excuses are. So now all people are born and blessed with so much resources or incomes or something like that. And then you're just going in there like you're the fucking nemesis villain or something. But it's going to be boomerang on you, because karma, there's always karma, even if you cannot see, even if you would like be fighting with me right now and say there's no such thing as karma. Oh, you're stupid. You're fucking stupid. Every one of you fucking stupid. You're fucking billionaires in there. And what can you show for? Nothing. You're just chaos after chaos after chaos. Fuck every one of you. So, and then people here are struggling and crying. And then you'll even be thinking you're all smart. You're not smart. So, and then why? Do I have every right to tell you that? Yes, because I walk the streets. I walk the streets to do my good deeds. And did you do it? Did the women around you did it? No. Instead, social climbing, gold digging, whatever, and then censoring me in here when I'm going to be speaking my truth. Where is my free speech now? And then you're going to be putting people in here to be fighting for free speech when they're just fucking gold diggers. So, have I every right to be mad? Yes, because you cannot just put me in a room and think like I'm going to be losing it. I can hold myself any place, anywhere, anytime. But it just so happens sometimes I would make a boo-boo, make a mistake, but I get up again because I know what I am doing. And you know what? I would respect people, whether you're a millionaire, billionaire, or a homeless person, if you are a respectful person. But if you're not, I'm going to tell it to your face and put you in your fucking places. So, well, forget these godfathers and mafias or whatever because I'm a kitty cat gangster. Well, I'm a woman right now, but I'm a kitty cat gangster. You don't going to be like um coming into my world, and then you're not going to be doing the right thing, because this is what's happening here. So I feel so sorry because so much people has so much resources, so much power, and still messed up. I was even praying that you're going to have good influences or something like a divine intervention to, like, at least, maybe give you some kind of enlightenment of what to do. If you want to be a good person, good people, whatever, you don't need me to be fighting with you. You don't need me to tell you what to do. That's with your own accord if you want to be a good person. But if you're going to still like wait on others, like how to tell you how to be a good person, what to do, don't do that, don't do this. Wow, that's insane though. So, well, not my problem anymore if, yeah, why am I bitching like this? Because it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. Is usually me like cooking for people who are hungry, homeless, and needy, even if I am also a damsel in distress. But see, I'm turning my pain into life purpose. But after the COVID, of course, with all this sensitivity here now and sanitation, then I have to respect that because I don't want to be cooking and then they're all going to be like throwing it away anyway. So that's what the reason here. Okay, have a good day, Soul Tribe, and have a good night. Anyway, see Angel Kali. Kali also was not feeling well, but I was puking in here. But yeah, Kali is white girl with white family with older parents in Pennsylvania. And yeah, her parents are older, needed Medicare or health, whatever. So her parents, her dad, they're Americans, okay? White American. And then you going to take the healthcare from Americans. So how are you going to be hating on immigrants and then also hate America? Like, I don't think you even want people in this planet right now because first you don't like immigrants and then now you're killing your own people, even if you're going to be saying you love America. What is happening here? It's just money. It's just whatever. What is going on? If you're going to be in power and not even doing shit, you're just instigating fear, you're just instigating chaos. It don't matter even who you are, but if you are in the government right now, politics or something like that, why don't you make use in like making people's lives better instead of instigating chaos? But I do respect if you were also like trying to like eradicate all these criminals or like just chaos. So I can't really judge. I'm not politician. I am a spiritual or religious person, and I just happen to see all this politics. I just happen to see whatever is going around me because this world, it gets smaller, and then I see it, and then I just don't see it because these people too who can be billionaires, millionaires, whatever, I revolve in their, like, it feels like the world is small and then they end up in front of me. I cannot. I'm a simple girl. I'm a poor girl. I do not know where to find all this billionaire, millionaire, whatever. But for some reason, through the years, they find themselves right in front of me. So don't just be saying I'm stalking them because I don't have any interest in stalking you because I don't even know you. So anyway, they find themselves right in front of me or whatever. So that's the reason, like I say, it's a small world. And that's the reason too why I happen to see what they do, who they are, whatever, what's their purpose, who they are. It don't matter if it's Wikipedia or something. I need to Drink some water. Okay, I love you guys. I am going to go now. You don't divide people whether it's immigrants, black, white, yellow, brown, whatever. It don't matter. Like, we are here in this planet Earth. We should get along. When is the time that you're going to realize that we are not each other's enemy, unless if someone is really like bad and committing mistakes and chaos and like really hurting others. But if not, even if immigrants, give them the chance to prove themselves trustworthy, be good citizens, instead of like thinking that we are the enemy, we are stealing your work. We don't steal your work. I even do jobs no one would want. So if you are trying to think that we're trying to get your health care, your food, whatever, immigrants doesn't get food or health care or whatever. And even if you're going to be saying, yeah, we vote, immigrants can vote anyway. They know that that's against the system. If later on you're going to get your own paper and your green card, and then they're going to find out that you like did voting illegally or something, no one is going to be like stupid like that, unless for others, I guess, if they get paid because they're hungry, they need the money or whatever. I don't know. See, there's so much shit. Politics or whatever, it's a dirty game. You're just using people, weak people, as your pawn. It don't matter what kind of party you are. You're just like, like politics is always flip-flopping. But I'm going to have respect to good leaders, and I hope you're going to have the strength and courage and going to be blessed with good health that you can fight for your purpose. But I know that politics is really bad. It's always flip-flopping. I am neither Democrat or Republicans because I have friends who are Democrats and Republicans. They don't argue with me when it comes to politics. They do not push me to become politics and push and feed my head for any politics. But they say whatever. I listen to whatever their stand on, but they never push me on anything because they know I'm religious and they know I'm spiritual. I have my own mind. So at the end of the day, I am a kitty cat gangster. See, who is Selena Kyle? Selena Kyle is just fantasy. I am here living it right now. Minus the fact that sometimes, all this boo-boo. But yeah, everything is fine. I am always responsible anyway, but it's just things like when I experiment, yeah, like free, like cheap wine, whatever. But I just knew that my body cannot handle cheap jewelries, cheap wine. So if you're my future spouse, just know I cannot handle cheap stuff. So anyway, not that. Oh, I'm gonna go to the restroom. So anyway, I'm going to charge my phone. Have a good night, Soul Tribe, and see you tomorrow. It's Thanksgiving Day. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'll talk to you soon, and have a good night. Bye. Signing off. Okay, how do I sign off?